Sometimes life just gets a little bit too intense and you just need to climb up a damn hill. I've just been so anxious lately, and so last night I was sleeping and I was all tense. I woke up with such a big kink in my neck, right on the left side, the back of my neck, and I couldn't get the kink out all day. I did yoga, I did meditation. Anxiety has really put its grips into my life for the last, I want to say like on and off for the last 3 years-ish. That's what we're hiking. Whenever I get these kinds of nights after I work and I just want to rot more, but then I also feel really crap about rotting, I know I just need to move my body and go for a hike and connect with nature, because when I'm feeling those kinds of moods, going for a workout is not going to cut it. I really need to connect with nature. Go up this hill today, watch the sunset, and just freaking take a beat, you know? One of my favorite pastimes is chasing the sun. We're kind of doing that right now because we're gonna go up the top. You're gonna see throughout this video that my mood is gonna significantly increase. Ah, there's the sun rays. I'm already feeling better. I know this was the right decision. Literally the hardest part was actually leaving my house and getting my ass off of the couch. Let's go all the way to the top. This was needed. Man, sometimes life gets heavy, and that's not even... I have nothing else to add to that statement. I will say though, I've never really been an anxious person. If I was never an anxious kid, I was always super outgoing. I always loved to socialize. I never had any issues. So when I graduated, I really started to hit a wall, and I had developed depression and anxiety, which is crazy because for the last 21 years of my life, I never felt those things. Like a big thing that attributed to that was the fact that you're told you go to university, you graduate, you get the job, you get the bag. That didn't happen for me. You know, I got a job, I got laid off for budget cuts. I go back into the field, it's hard. I found out life is hard, basically. Life really slapped me in the face. Those 2 years, for like the next 2 years, it was really hard to navigate and figure out. And I know it was hard on my partner too, because when you have a partner that's going through that, you can help to a certain degree, but you can't hold that person up entirely. That's not fair. That's not what life is. Anyways, I got better. I did things that I loved again. I started my YouTube channel. That really, honestly, was really fun. And to be creative on here and have all the creative decisions and edit is super fun. So now, whenever I feel like this, whenever I get those little bouts, I always push myself to go outside. I literally just found a stick up my butt. Proof that sometimes we all walk around with sticks up our asses. You just gotta take a beat sometimes. Freaking put your hands in some dirt, touch some grass, realize that life is not that serious, and laugh. Laugh instead of cry, and it'll all be okay. When you're dealing with this kind of stuff, it's really good to know what triggers you, what kind of sets you off. So for me, and there's so many things, right? Like anxiety and stress comes with the territory of life, okay? Life isn't supposed to be easy, you know? It is awesome when it is, but we always have stressors like losing loved ones, having fights. It's just the nature of life. It does come with the territory, but knowing what sets you off as a person is very helpful for you and the people around you. So for me, I know that being in my 20s, money is a big one that triggers me. Money problem, financial problems. Me about to move to Scotland for my master's degree. Definitely something that is stressful, considering I don't even know where I'm about to live in 2 months. When people around me, loved ones, are sick, I get really stressed out. I'm working on it. So by knowing what sets you off, you can then start to work on it. I know what really helps calm my nerves is listening to jazz, meditating, doing yoga. Going outside is a big one. My grandfather really instilled that early on when I was a kid. Nature really is therapy. Just doing this self form of therapy where you just talk to yourself, whether it be on a video or to yourself, and kind of just bring some self-awareness to the table. Like, okay, Abby, yeah, you don't know where you're gonna live in 2 months. You don't have your life all figured out, but nobody does. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. And I think that that is something that we get lost in a lot whenever we have anxiety, depression, or any of that really high stress, and we're kind of really wrapped up into our minds. We get these irrational thoughts like just swallow us whole. That big picture, that different perspective gets lost because you're the only perspective in your mind's eye when you're feeling like that. I mean, just look at this view. I've also come to realize that life is not that deep. I used to look at life so damn seriously. And yeah, like there are some aspects that are important to recognize and be formal towards, but life is really not that deep. When January came around for 2025, I had set a goal to myself to not take life so seriously. And I'm so glad that I did, because truthfully, I think it saved my life. Because yeah, life is not that deep. Laugh it off. So it didn't work out. Move on to the next, you know? I keep hearing something behind me. I'm like, I live in Northern Ontario, so I'm like, is it a bear? Mountain lion? By the way, sun is about to set. Let's take a look. I love you. I'm here for you. There's always gonna be somebody that's there for you in your corner, even if you don't think so. If you really cannot think of one person, you're there for you. You're there for yourself. Sometimes it could be really lonely, but you are your building block. You will make it. I'm gonna watch the sunset because it's absolutely beautiful and I'm already here. So I'm gonna hunker down, have a seat, and just watch. We've got a ski lift I've located. Mwah.